Hey everyone, I'm Nick and welcome back to the channel. For the past few weeks, we've been working on my $2,000 200,000 mile S-Class. We're still working on that, but I'm going to take a little bit of a break while we figure some things out and show you another project that's been getting increasingly hard to hide. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you might remember the 2006 Range Rover Sport that I bought for $1,500 and rebuilt. Well, at the end of the series, Rob took that and left me with a new project. Well, today's video is the beginning of that project that started with a $1,200 Range Rover. I guess the thinking was, the Range Rover Sport's been so good, let's see how good the full-size Range Rover is. So let's go back in time to the winter when we picked up a 2006 Range Rover HSE. So this is a 2006 full-fat Range Rover HSE, and it has maybe a slightly worse reputation than the Range Rover Sport. And but fortunately, this one has the same engine and same transmission as the Range Rover Sport that we have, which is the Jaguar 4.4. So let's see what $1,200 of Range Rover gets you. We've got faded headlights. We have brand new tires, 2021s. They're low fends. So, whatever, not awesome, but not bad. We have, let's see, low coolant. We have, this is a little loose, not critical. It's a cover panel for the door, but yeah. Pretty strong orange peel on the paint. It's probably a little hard to see as we keep going around. This is cracked, not a big deal. Got a seal that needs to be replaced. This is pretty common. That's not right. Minor, very minor dings, nothing too bad. It's probably been bumped into here. Certainly not dry down here. It was, it's pretty wet in there. So we're gonna have to figure out where that's coming from. Oh, this is a non-runner, by the way, so far, so not really sure where that came from. Yeah. There's something that's really common with these, is that water gets in here and things start to rust, and we actually saw a little bit of the bubbling on the other side. But over here, this part is perfect. No rust here. That's awesome. Let's check around. That's a good sign, because otherwise you got to do some welding. But let's see. Oh boy. That's ooh. Not really. I'm not gonna pull that apart. That's not what you want to see. They do sell patch panels, and you could just put in a new, cut this out, put in a new piece. Seals are gone here. These aren't cheap, and actually notice the other side will need some too. But we do have something nice. Rear seat entertainment. I don't know if it works. The battery's dead, so that'll be interesting. We've got soft touch plastic that faded off. Oh, this one's scratched up. I don't, maybe a kid sat back here. Leather's actually pretty soft. A little bit of wear, nothing too bad, fortunately. Yeah, all this paint, it's gone. We got heated rear seats. We got, I don't know if I wanna, oh, where's the video inputs? Say 1 and 2. What is that? I wouldn't touch that. We got some stuff in the trunk. We've got, oh, is that the cargo cover? That's nice. We got Range Rover mats. More headliner. This is all come down. Yeah, let's move up, because so far it's okay, not too bad. A little dirty. You got some mats that are Well, it's nice to have mats. Okay, already, let's see up front. Already, we already have something. The hood release is aftermarket. That's missing. Oh, there's the OBD port. I think there's supposed to be a door here, but at least we found where that is. The wood, it's in good shape. That's good. We got steering wheel's actually pretty good. A little faded here, and it looks like we have heated steering wheel, which is nice. That's not supposed to be like this. Oh. Windshield defrost. That's nice. You can't really, maybe you can see, probably not. There's little thin wires in there. I don't really want to touch much in here because it is ashy, dirty, just nasty in here. This seems kind of loose, but let's see. There's a cup holder. Thankfully, there's a cup holder here too. GPS. Oh, there we go. Oh, a CD. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, no, you're broken. Oh, the CD changer. Is that? Ooh. How lucky. Owner's handbook. Always a nice plus. Oh, it looks like it originally had headphones that came with the rear entertainment. I think they're gone. Yeah, this has come down too. Doesn't look like this is leaking. There's no signs of water, just some signs of smoking, but not too bad. We got white stuff. Gross. And we'll look in here. Oh, there's struts in here? Wow. They're not very good right now, but they are there. That's pretty cool. Oh, let's see. No, that's supposed to be a cup holder. It is not going anywhere.
Sorry, your door doesn't work on this side.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing that I noticed when the forklift was dropping it off is that that's not factory. This truck's been converted to coil springs instead of air. So at least that's something that's not broken. And it's supposed to actually ride pretty nice. So yeah, and this is not clipped in right, but so yeah, let's try to figure out what's going on under the car. We removed the shield from under the front of the truck to try to find out where the leak is, and as you can see, there's a lot of goop in here. It's also on the cross member under the truck, but it doesn't feel like coolant. It feels like it could be transmission fluid or oil, but it's hard to figure out where it came from. Good news, or news, this all this actually lines up with the oil filter there, and you might be able to see that at the bottom, right there, it looks like oil's been dripping out. And I actually reached under, and I was actually able to tighten it by hand, so it was really loose, which would explain all this oil coming out. So, if that's it, that's a really good sign. I mean, it's bad that it was that loose that it was dripping, but good that it was just that and not a hole in the block or something. Alright, that means that we're gonna see how much oil is actually left in here. Then we can try to start it. Check this oil. Is pretty dry. Not really any left, huh? When we picked it up, we checked a bit. There was a tiny bit, but it probably rattled out. It looks like there's a little bit on the tip, but we're gonna put something in. We're gonna put some in. Still low?
No, it's perfect.
Perfect. Hopefully this won't leak out. It's dry, the end tank's dry on this side. Looks dry in there. Nothing alarming, or nothing to note really. And okay, keep going. Watch it, and you are at the top. Oh, you passed it. Oops. Oh, it's coming back down a bit. Yeah, it's just going down. Nothing's coming out. Now, as you can see, no power.
Some
Let's see.
dingus put a Mercedes-Benz battery in this thing.
Oh. A good brand.
Good brand.
Wrong.
Not the right battery.
Wrong spec.
Also, this is loose.
Oh, is it clip?
Yeah, cool.
Say what size it is? 760 amps? That sounds low.
That's not even close to the right amperage. That's an auxiliary battery.
Oh boy.
900 cold cranking amps to start properly.
Wow. So we have a fresh used battery in there. Let's see. It's alive. Okay. Alright. I want to get a copyright strike for static. No fuel, so... Alright, so let's get some fuel in this, and we'll try. We'll see what happens.
We'll have to get the windshield repaired.
Oh no! Well, that should be able to be fixed, so... It's fortunate because these windshields cost a lot of money. It's like $750 and then installation... 950. As we got ready to fill this up, there is no cap here, which means either it got lost or someone siphoned out fuel. And if there's no fuel, Copart can't get it started if there's no fuel, which may be why they marked it as mechanical. So fingers crossed, that's why it was marked as mechanical. We have 5 gallons in here. We put a tiny bit of octane booster because it's not the freshest fuel, but it had stabilizer in it. Okay. We have the battery, we got a boost pack on it. We have fuel. I don't know how to turn off the rear wiper right now. Maybe brake. I'll let it prime first, yeah, that's a good point. Let me know in the comments how you think this sounds.
I don't know if I hear a fuel pump.
Yeah, maybe that's why it was drained. Maybe they tried and then they didn't do it. Oh. Another common issue with these trucks is the fuel pump going bad. So it could have been a combination of issues. So unfortunately, we weren't able to get it running, but everything points to the fuel pump. So when you turn the key on the Range Rover Sport, you can hear the pump go zzz, and then on this one, you can actuate the relay through the computer and nothing happens. So there's no sound, nothing. Just it'll crank, it'll turn over, no problem, as you heard, but no fuel, no run. I'm gonna source a fuel pump and we'll be back once that's here. With the new fuel pump delivered, putting it in wasn't too bad. With the carpet out of the way, I had to reach into the 2 halves of the tank to remove the 2 parts of the fuel sending unit, which I did once we drained most of the fuel out. Oh, and make sure you're working in a well-ventilated area. It took a few tries to figure out how the modules lock into place with their spring-loaded mounting system, but we got it done. With everything back in place, it's time to see if this truck will start.
sounded horrible at first.
Yeah, I think it might have just been dry.
Hey,
What?
we got lights.
Yeah. Should I shut it off?
It was just a pump.
Oh, yeah. Woo. There's definitely something. It might be power steering. It could be. Is it the AC compressor?
It sounds like power steering, but it could also be the alternator. Remember,
Yeah.
mine was making a lot of noise, so I drove it. and
Yeah.
it was fine. So
But yeah, it's running real smooth. Can I give it a bit of gas? Okay. It sounds okay. That sounds good.
sounds good.
Alright. So as you've seen, we got this running after doing the fuel pump and it sounded pretty good. So we took it out on a quick drive and it overheated pretty quickly. So we brought it back, took a look around, pulled some spark plugs, and we found this. We have pitting, water, more pitting, and cylinder scoring. So there's water in there. This has been overheated before, and the engine has damage that we are not really prepared to get into attempting to fix. As you can tell, this isn't looking good. I've rebuilt a lot on this channel, and there isn't much that scares me off, but this thing is rougher than 1 grit sandpaper. This is what people warn you about when buying a car without seeing it in person. Pictures can hide a multitude of sins. Thankfully, this truck was pretty cheap, and with the exception of the rust in the one rear quarter, the body's in good condition. In the meantime, to keep this moving around, we are going to do something that is probably more suited for a desperate situation, which involves Lucas,
Motor honey.
and head gasket.
Snake oil.
Head gasket repair. So let's see what we need to do. After removing a quart of oil from the engine, we added some Lucas. Then we took the air intake pipe off to get to the thermostat, which we removed before reassembling everything and putting in the head gasket repair juice. It's like that glitter glue.
Drink
might
up,
have-
little buddy.
So as you may notice, we're putting the air intake hose back in. And
This piece of garbage has another leak.
so as soon as we put the product in here, it started leaking out of the right behind, well, it was dripping off behind the harmonic balancer, which is probably indicating that the water pump is leaking, which may be why it is overheated in the first place. So the reason we didn't notice it before is probably because the thermostat by default is closed, so this system is closed, like, you know, when you block off the top of a straw, you can hold water in it. If you unblock it, the water can fall through, and that essentially was unblocking the straw, kind of, if that's what the issue is. So, not great, but this says here, blown head gasket, but also small leaks and medium leaks. I'd say this is a medium leak. So we don't really have anything to lose. It's already in here. We were gonna do it anyway. Maybe it'll work. So, you know, this isn't a long-term engine for us. If we want to move it around without it, you know, just not having coolant, might as well try it. So,
All right, go for it. There we go.
that sounds pretty bad, which is part of the problems.
Sounds like that.
Now it sounds smooth. Okay. It's misfiring. Probably because there's water in the couple cylinders. Gonna monitor some stuff and we'll be back. Reduced engine performance as expected. Just because of the misfire. I'm not happy. Yeah, you can see it here. It's not really improving. Well, we were here. Well, we were here, and then it dropped down. And it's only down to here, so it's possible that the water pump is just not working at all. No, I don't know.
If we didn't need all these body parts, I'd kick this thing.
Yeah. Well, so this Range Rover's engine is running on 3 cylinders and is an active meltdown. The interior is disgusting, and there are a ton of small parts that are either broken or missing. It's clear that rebuilding this truck doesn't make financial sense. Now, usually I'm all for saving a car. I think this channel makes it clear that far too many cars that just need a little maintenance and love end up in the junkyard, but this truck has one foot in the grave and the other on a banana peel. So, is this thing junk? Did I just lose $1,200 and join the illustrious ranks of all the other car YouTubers who got burned trying to buy a cheap Range Rover? In a word, no. I don't give up that easily. This truck may not be roadworthy or rebuildable, but it's a perfect candidate to keep another, much nicer Range Rover on the road. This, my friends, is the perfect parts truck, and I already have the truck it's going to help rebuild. Join me next week when I show you what we're actually rebuilding. Trust me, you're going to want to see this, so subscribe if you haven't already. If you've enjoyed this video and are excited to see how we dig out from under this disaster, leave a like. If you think that I've gone and bit off more than I can chew, or you've bought a project that turned out to be way worse than you initially thought, tell me all about it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.